Hello, Fairy Tale Things. Today we've got some Shrek keychains by Monogram. These have been sold at GameStop for some time now, and I didn't initially pick up a set of these. Now, I did do one prior unboxing. I did a YouTube short a few months back where I got this adorable little Lord Farquaad, and I thought this was a very cute keychain. I did like it, but as somebody that is not huge on blind boxes, I decided not to go ahead and try and complete a set of these because they're kind of pricey. They're like $7 each, and just the feel of getting a double was too much. Well, you know, things change as they do, and I ended up going to San Diego Comic-Con this summer. It was kind of a last-second thing, but I was given an amazing opportunity, and I could not turn it down. Well, it was kind of a nightmare. Granted, Comic-Con usually is, but this year in particular felt crazy. DreamWorks was there promoting the bad guys, too. I was really hoping they would have a bit more of a presence, but they just kind of put Mr. Wolf and the characters over the gas lamp, and there was an actual panel, like, with Sam Rockwell, I believe, but you had to wait 12 and a half hours overnight to get in. Yeah, that's San Diego Comic-Con. It's lines like that. Everything had a 4 to 5 hour wait for most of the experiences, which are like these big booths where you do something and get something free. Yeah, like 5 to 6 hour waits, and then if you wanted to go see the panels, you had to wait overnight. It was insane, but if there was one silver lining to Comic-Con, it's that Monogram was there.
You would expect that, like...
I'm here at Comic-Con. It's very busy, very insane. They have, look, the box is out for Series 2, but they only have Series 1. That's okay, though, because they're at a very discounted price, so we're still going to get some of these. But look at that Series 2, man. That character selection is amazing. I can't wait for those to actually come out. But until then, we're going to get some more of these. Now that I'm dropping them everywhere, we can take them home. I think their logo is right here. There we go. Monogram International. And when I saw their big sign on the sales floor, I was very excited because I knew, hey, they make some Shrek figures. Anyways, the Series 1 figures were on sale. They were only $5 a piece, which is a little more palatable than the $7 to $8 I've been paying. I think they retail for $7, but because of the high taxes in my area, they're like $8 a bag. But $5, I can do 5. And funnily enough, I brought only 5s with me to Comic-Con for some reason. Like, the ATM only gave me $5 bills. So I looked at my stack of 5s and went, some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make. And I bought like 8 of these. So we're going to open them up together, and we're going to try and assemble most of these. Granted, we're not going to be able to complete all of them unless 6, 7, 8. Unless we get 0 doubles. If we get 0 doubles, we'll have a full set, but that is highly, highly unlikely. So, first of all, here's Farquaad, which I featured in the short. I gave kind of a mixed review to this figure. I'm not a big fan of the 5 o'clock shadow they've given him. Granted, he does have it, and, you know, Farquaad is heavily based off of Michael Eisner, the CEO of Disney in the 90s, and he had a 5 o'clock shadow, so this kind of looks more like Michael Eisner than Lord Farquaad, if that makes any sense. But, yeah, another odd thing is Harold. If you look, Harold doesn't have his goatee. So, like, who decided not to give Harold his facial hair, but give Farquaad some very heavy facial hair that, you know, he kind of has in the movie, but not really. Also, just in general, Monogram has a very distinct style with their figures. I am not faulting them for this at all. It is their artistic choice, but I do much prefer movie-accurate looking toys. And at the flea markets and swap meets, there's been these Shrek keychain bootlegs that have been shipping. Here's Shrek, here's Fiona, here's Puss in Boots. There's a whole bunch more of these. I decided to make a video on these keychains instead, because these came out like literally the same week as the Monogram ones, so, you know, I can only spend so much on Shrek keychains, and I decided to do the bootleg ones because I still think the bootleg ones look a little better. Like, maybe I'm crazy, but I do prefer the movie-accurate figures based directly off of the renders of the characters as opposed to the more stylized designs. But maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe that's just an incorrect opinion. Let me know in the comments. Do you like the chibi stuff, or do you like the screen accurate stuff? I think there's a balancing line between it all. But still, these do look like some very cute figures. And, you know, you've even got Gingy and Dragon. Dragon's always a nice touch. And Ogress Fiona, not human Fiona. That's a nice surprise. Fairy Godmother, you know, some good stuff in here. Some really good stuff. So, let's feel this one out here. Medium size, let's say King Harold. Let's say it's going to be King Harold. And together, you and I are going to find out. What the heck? Oh, it's Harold! Oh my god, it is King Harold. How did I pull that out of the butt? I don't know. But there's King Harold. La-di-da-di-da. John Cleese, he does such a great job. So many iconic lines. Definitely one of my favorite Shrek characters. You know, the dinner scene, absolutely iconic. You know, ogres, they eat their own young. You know, so many great delivery lines from John Cleese throughout these movies. And there is him and Farquaad. But we've got two of our iconic Shrek dudes here. So that's fun. Interesting, these also have a barcode on the actual keychain part itself. Do they plan on, like, selling these just non-blind packed? That's pretty interesting. But on to the next one. Ooh, this is chunky. This is a big chunky one. I'm going to say it is either Dragon or Fairy Godmother, because Fairy Godmother does have big hair and big wings. She's almost a little bigger than Dragon, so let's see here. I would love to get, though, our girl Elizabeth. Elizabeth is Dragon's name, if you didn't know that. Alright, here we go. Oh, yes, it is our gal Elizabeth. I was correct. What can I say? I guess it's just my animal magnetism that gets this correct. And this is a really cute figure. They got her lips. They got her innocent-looking eyes. This is probably my favorite of the set, you know, unless one of these other ones changed my mind. But I do really love Dragon, and I've always felt like Dragon has been really, like, underserved in the merchandise department, given how insanely popular she is. Like, you would want to hang a dragon from your backpack, maybe with a matching donkey clip. That'll look really cute. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to see a lot more of Dragon in the Donkey movie. Who else is excited for that? Let me know in the comments. How great of a role you think Dragon will have in the Donkey movie. I think she'll be given a big focus. I think she'll have more screen time in the Donkey movie than anything else. Actually, Dragon does not have a lot of screen time in the Shrek movies. Seriously, like, you could count the minutes she's in the movies on your fingers. Probably because, like, Dragon is such a powerful character that she can solve any problem easily. Like, in Shrek 2, she does kind of save the day by taking Pinocchio and the Fairy Tale Gang too far away very quickly, which we don't even find out until after the credits, so how about that? And then Shrek the Third, she gets captured by Charming, and then Forever After, obviously, she is the alternate version of Dragon that is evil. But not this one. This is a very friendly dragon. A cute and friendly dragon. Okay, next one. This one is also very chunky. I'm going to say it's Dragon. You know what? I'm gonna test my luck, and I'm gonna say it's Dragon again. Maybe I should have felt these better at the convention, but you know what? There were so many people swarming in that booth. I actually couldn't even get to the Shrek display. Someone had just, like, he stood right in front of the Shrek display, and I was waiting for him to move, and waiting, and he just kept giving the person money. And he ended up spending, like, $600 on these. I'm not kidding. Like, he bought 5 bags full, like, giant trash bags. I did not quite understand that transaction. But, here we go. Yep, I called that one. I have a second dragon. Now, Donkey can be a pimp. I don't mind having 2, because I did kind of jinx myself by saying it was my favorite. So now, I will have 1 to hang from my bag and get damaged, and 1 to display. And you know, that's kind of been another thing that's been eating at me with these is, a lot of people hang these actually from their bag. I thought people just collected them and put them on shelves, but no, people love hanging things from their bags. That's like the big thing right now is hanging toys from your bags, especially those Loungefly purses at Comic-Con. Oh my god, I saw so many Loungefly bags with these exact Monogram figures hanging on them. And as a collector, I'm thinking, oh geez, these are gonna get destroyed. Like, look at Dragon here, all these little pieces. And they're made of rubble, which easily attracts dirt, especially if you're swinging it around on a backpack all day. So I imagine these will get quite totaled out in public. So here we go. Here is our king, and here are 2 dragons, and here is our Lord Farquaad. We have our own little kingdom going. So, here is another one that does not feel as big as dragon, thankfully. So, it's a little bit of a heavy piece towards here, and then nothing else. I'm going to say Puss in Boots. Yes, it's going to be Puss in Boots. I am manifesting a Puss in Boots keychain. Here we go. That is not Puss in Boots. It's Princess Fiona, which I am so okay with because I do love and adore Fiona, especially Ogress Fiona. I like Ogress Fiona over Human Fiona. Go ahead and sue me, because this is Fiona's true form, True Love's form, that is. So, yeah, very cute, very stylized. Interesting how they adapted the hair there. It almost looks a little He-Man-ish, but Fiona's got difficult hair to sculpt. I'll be honest about that. And she's a very difficult character to simplify. Now that I'm looking at it, she almost looks a little Tom Cruise in the face with the hair, the eyebrows. You see it? No? Maybe Leonardo DiCaprio? A lot of different likenesses going on here. By the way, this is the Shrek Forever After dress. Yes, Fiona's green dress does change significantly throughout the movies. A couple of things to look for. Shrek 1 doesn't have the poofs on the side. Shrek 2 does have the poofs on the side. But Shrek 2 has a flat green color here with a two-tone pattern on the bottom. Shrek Forever After, the dress is changed again to have two-tone along the top and two-tone along the bottom. They're all very distinct and very different. Fiona just keeps a closet of dresses that almost look similar, but are just different enough. Kind of going with the whole Steve Jobs wardrobe, right? With all the turtlenecks, except they're green, fancy dresses. Okay, next one. I feel a big bulbous head, and it kind of slopes up here into almost an extra... Oh, there is an extra piece. Oh, this is Puss in Boots. This is definitely Puss in Boots, because this is the sword, this is the head. Yes, we are definitely... Yes, this is it. This is Puss in Boots. You cannot convince me otherwise. That is not Puss in Boots. That is Donkey. I thought his ears were Puss's sword. Oh, this is adorable. This is a really cute Donkey likeness. Wow. This may be my favorite. This is great. They got the little hair, the teeth, the eyebrows. You know, Donkey's more difficult to capture than you'd think. A lot of the stylized Donkey toys, they almost look like generic horses or donkeys. Like, Shrek's Donkey is very distinct looking. One place I feel they always mess up is the teeth. A lot of them will give Donkey a clean, full-toothed grin. They don't give him this, he has an open gap, and then the teeth go smaller as they go in the back. It's a small little detail, but it really makes Donkey's character all the more real. It makes him pop and go, wow, that's not just a donkey, that's Eddie Murphy's donkey. And now he's got his dragon babes here. He is a player, man. He is a player. Look, Fiona is single. Even the king is divorced. Farquaad, of course, has nobody. Everyone's single, sad, and alone, except for Donkey, who has two dragons with him. That's a whole lot of scales, folks. So, there you go. Those are what we're at so far. No Shrek yet in our Shrek keychain line. We have 3 more? 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, yeah, because I already had Farquaad. I'm like, where's the extra one coming from? Okay, this one is... wow, this one is really tiny. There's nothing in this whole thing except one little lump towards the top. A round little lump. Which means it's definitely Gingy. There's no doubt about that. I'm good at this. Not really. It's not going to be Gingy. Just wait. Here we go. The moment of truth. Oh, I finally got one right. It is Gingy here. And there he is. He's got a big head. I mean, all the other ones have big heads, but something about Gingy sticks out in particular with his big head and his little body. I think it's because he's, like, so proportionate compared to the other characters. Like with Farquaad here, he's obviously got a little chibi body, but Gingy has, like, the full Gingy body. Maybe that's why this one looks so weird. Also, like, they gave him his regular Gingy mouth and eyebrows. This one looks a lot more movie accurate than the others. They didn't give him the Monogram style eyes. So this one actually might look pretty good with the existing bootleg set that looks more movie accurate. But you know what? I'm warming up to these figures, people. I actually am. At first, I was not feeling them, but now I kind of am. Monogram, if you're watching this video, I like your guys' stuff. It's not bad. It's not bad. If you want to, send me a set of those series too, or at least sell them to me at Comic-Con, I would have loved that because, ooh, that Series 2 lineup is so, so good. But, yeah. You know what? I didn't go over the Chase figures in this. I just realized that. We went this long without going over the Chase figures because they're not featured on the front. That would be... Oh, wow. Who's that Pokemon? It's the Magic Meal and Pinocchio. Truth be told, I don't think those should be Chase figures. Those are, like, major characters. Maybe not the Meal, but Pinocchio should be a regular release. So, again, take notes if you're watching this monogram. Make Pinocchio easier to get. I'm okay with the Meal being a Chase. There are choices you could do for Chase figures. Like, I'll give you a good one. Robin Hood would have been a great Chase figure. He's... got a prominent role in the movie, but he's kind of obscure. He doesn't usually get a lot of merchandise. He would have been a very fun Chase. But either way, now we have Gingy, who is not a Chase, but honestly, one of my favorites in the set. Monogram, you did very good with this one. He's got the little patchwork on his legs. He looks very happy, though, so maybe this is him towards the end of the movie when he goes, "God bless us, everyone." Except he doesn't have his crutch, so he's gonna fall down. But he looks good with Farquaad, like Donkey and Dragon. If you were gonna hang these together on a backpack, these were the two that would go together. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man, who lives on Drury Lane. She's married to the Muffin Man. She's married to the Muffin Man. Oh, God, I could do the whole movie. I have to stop. But so far... so good. The only double I got is the one figure I would have been okay with a double. See, this is working out great. So, next one here. This one's pretty bulbous, but I will say it's not as heavy as Dragon. So, I'm going to say, hear me out, Shrek. Shrek's heavy. Shrek's got a big head. And I really just want to manifest a Shrek because we need... Shrek to have all these characters displayed and not our titular ogre. And it is not Shrek, it is Princess Fiona. That's the thing with blind boxes. You end up with the doubles. I do love Fiona. I will probably clip this from one of my convention backpacks for cons. And then I have joined the Monogram Club because now I'm like everyone else at Comic-Con that has these hanging from their bag. But, I do get it. They are cute. You want to represent your fandom on the go. You clip this little thing. Maybe you go to Starbucks and the barista's like, hey, you got a little Shrek hanging from your bag. I like Shrek, you like Shrek, and you have a friendly conversation. That is life. So, yeah, they're cute little things. Okay, we have one more, actually, before we finish. The last bag. And it's very, very light, which means... yes, this is definitely another Gingy. Had I been able to feel these at the booth, I would have oh my God. This is where the blind boxes get you. This is why people like blind boxes. Because you have a moment like this. You go, it's definitely Gingy. I just opened it up anticlimactically because I figured the flat feeling was Gingy. But no, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Chase, the Magic Meal himself. Look at that. Wow, we're going to zoom in a little more. It's a little tough to see his little smile because of the lighting, but he does have his little face with his little smile. He doesn't have the epic Chad jaw that the Shrek 5 version has, but this is the Shrek 1 meal, and yeah, the sculpt on this is phenomenal. They got, all of the detail here, all of the ornamentation of the meal. That is great. Yeah, that is a really nice piece. So I'm very happy I pulled that. A nice way to end this little unboxing is the Magic Meal. Meal on the keychain. Is this not the most perfect keychain collection of them all? No, you're not a king yet because you don't have Shrek in your collection. He's right. I don't have Shrek. So, who is the fairest keychain of them all? He goes, that would be Bachelorette number 1. She likes pina colada and getting caught in the rain. Okay, that's enough of that shtick. What is my actual unbiased opinion of these keychains? I like them. I like them a lot more than I thought I would. I definitely think pulling Farquaad on my first go was a detriment to this line because he's honestly my least favorite. He's a bit boring. There are more exciting choices. I really like Gingy. He looks great. Dragon is fantastic. And Donkey is really cute. I really liked him a lot more than I thought I would. And you could clip these from your Shrek-themed Loungefly and it'll look just adorable. Also, they are a lot easier to feel than I thought they would be. If I had gotten to spend a little more time at the Comic-Con booth, I may have been able to complete a set of these without pulling a double because of how easy they were. You know, some tricky things like Donkey's ear feeling the same as Puss in Boots' sword, that's going to get you. But if you want, like, Dragon's super easy to tell because whole packaging weighed a whole bunch. And then the chase, the meal, this was the one that surprised me. You know, I felt a flat surface and thought it was Gingy's body, but there was no bulbous head to speak of. It was just completely flat. So even though this is the chase figure, he should be the easiest one to feel out because all you got to do is squeeze the packaging, and if you don't feel a rubber head, you know, just a flat surface, then you're good. So yeah, that's all I got for today. Let me know in the comments what you think of these Monogram keychains. They do make them for pretty much every brand in the sun, so if you like something, chances are Monogram has made a toy of it. So let me know what you think of these. Will you buy them? Will you clip them from your bag? Wouldn't want to hang a cute little donkey from their bag. So from Donkey and his two dragon babes, have a happily ever after. This channel would not be possible without the support of awesome viewers like you. A huge special thanks to Griffin Newman, Jamie, Boa Usta, Telephone Wile, The Layered Ogre, Jidjip, Don Tizzle, Pizza Topping, SMO3, Shotgun Justice, Pladley, Bonzario, Sailor Laws, Antonio Bocina, The Luke Rosati, and Tucko Time. If you'd like to see your name up here, all you gotta do is donate 99 cents to the channel by buying a YouTube membership. But a huge special thanks to you guys for sticking around and watching the video all the way through. It means the world to me.